uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out that more. Claim that you're the best, you gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what?
Bomb Squad!
Yeah, I had to wake y'all up a little bit. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. A-side of fish. No negotiations needed. You already know we back at it in 25. Boxing has kick-started, or should I say punch-started, man, the new year. We got some hot topics, man. We got to get down, and we got some questions that need to be answered. We got to get down to it. Just like Kool in the Gang said, get down to it. Nah, not exactly like that. You know what I'm saying? They used to say, get down on it. And get down on it, baby, get down on it. I want to start off by talking about Jermall Charlo. I want to pretty much read briefly an article by Boxing News 24, one of my favorite biased vehicles when it comes to Media Central. You know what I'm saying? There's an article that was put out over there that said Jermall Charlo versus the new 154 Kings. Can he survive? Jermall Charlo is back in training for his comeback to prepare for a return to the ring in 2025. The former undisputed junior middleweight champion, Charlo, 35 victories, 2 defeats, 1 draw, 19 hosted knockouts, has been resting for the last 15 months after losing to IBF, WBA, WBC, and WBO 168-pound champion Canelo Alvarez by wide 12-round unanimous decision in a non-effort on September 30th, 2023. Now, I want to highlight something because, you know, we're talking about verbalytics, right? Verbalytics is important when it comes to WCS because we thrive and we learn from verbalytics. This person said a non-effort. Yes, Charlo went in there and gave minimal to no effort to try to put just take the biggest risk possible and land that punch. Nothing. It goes on to say fans on social media joked that 34-year-old Charlo spent the estimate $20 million paycheck he received for the Canelo fight. Charlo didn't blow his total earnings. He made the right decision to resume his career. Jermall can make a lot of money if he fights on one of Turki Al-Sheik's card in Riyadh. The 154-pound has gotten a lot better in the last year since Charlo held 4 belts in that weight class, and it's questionable if he can beat any of the top fighters now. He's been out for too long, and there are more talented guys at the top now than when Jermall held belts. It would be interesting to fans if Al-Sheik offered Jermall a fight against one of these talents. Israel Madrimov, Sergey Boychuk, Virgil Ortiz Jr., Charles Conwell, Bakram Murtazalayev, Sebastian Fundora, Terrence Crawford, Xander Zayas, Yoens Talais, Tim Tszyu. So, out of these group of fighters that are active at 154 pounds, one stand out to me. Not just because he's one of the pound-for-pound best, he is one of the only ones that has called out Jermall Charlo, while Jermall Charlo was active, reigning, defending, undisputed 154-pound super welterweight champion. And that name is Terrence Bud Crawford. He called him out. He said, when I step on, Errol Spence, I want Charlo next. But I guess if you really want to be super, I'm talking about independently petty, you can say he already fought Charlo. The other night I was on here and I was thinking about that. I said, you know what? Jermall Charlo already got that smoke. He's seen firsthand. Jermall Charlo was ringside. He's seen firsthand at what Bud Crawford did to his stablemate, Errol Spence Jr. Y'all seen it. So many had him picked. So many had him picked. But we seen what happened. And since that fight, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard a fart in the shadows of another fart. I haven't heard anything coming from Jermall Charlo about Terrence Crawford. Like, I'm expecting him with this long layoff since 2023 to hit the scene much more of a message than looking at a heavy bag. You know, it takes more than just paying some of that 20 million that you got to have a heavy bag made and say, okay, get me on a video hitting the heavy bag. We didn't see you go to the body hardly any. I think we can count on one hand how many times you went to the body during your last fight with Canelo Alvarez. I mean, this was the same fighter, the very same fighter that was on here begging for a Canelo Alvarez fight. Wasn't he?
Wish I could be the guy to fight Canelo. Canelo, bring come to 158.
You heard him. He was on here pleading and begging out of Texas. Come to 158, Nello. Come to 158, Nello. That's what you heard? But why can't we hear this Bud Crawford talk? Like, this guy hated on Bud just like many others so very much that he hasn't even thought to take a deep breath and call him out to challenge him. Since he's saying he's the super welterweight king, where is the call out, y'all? Why hasn't he picked up that 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 courage that's just been sitting over there calling his name? All he had to do was pick up that sack of courage. It's over there, bro. That's all you had to do is come back. If you really want to make a buzz, you could have came back and said, hey, I want Crawford. He was talking all that shit. Yeah, he did what he did to Spence. But now I'm back. The only fight I want is Crawford. We haven't heard any of this. We haven't even felt any. We haven't seen, look, going off body mannerisms, behavior. We haven't seen none of this happen with Mel Charlo. He hasn't gave us any indication that he wants to fight Bud Crawford. How do you all allow him to come back just because he put out a short, him hitting the heavy bag, and not criticize the shit out of him for not calling out Terrence Bud Crawford, bro? The Omaha Monster. The Omaha Monster who is guilty of the T-Mobile massacre. He is guilty for knocking out all of his opponents at 147 pounds. He is guilty as charged. And in that moment, he is the first and probably the last fighter who defeated and disbanded two fan bases in one night of a pair of unified champions that's supposed to be at the top of their game. He was in there with Errol Spence Jr. He defeated him, and also sitting ringside, he defeated Mel Charlo. And how do I know this? Because you don't hear Mel Charlo coming out after this hiatus mention anything about no goddamn Crawford. The article goes on to say, if you turkey, the easiest fight to put together would be Jermall against IBF champion Matias. Crawford isn't going to agree to fight Charlo unless he's offered big money, perhaps more than what he got for his match against Madrimo on August 3rd. So let me go up here to the top, and let me go to the other article. I just don't want to read that entire article, okay? I just want to get through the first half of it. I want to go to this next one, the older one. Just bear with me. Happy New Year's to everybody. Best wishes and prosperity and blessings from the Most High. May you be healthy. May you be competent. May you be aware of your blessings and do unto others as you will have others do unto you. This article right here. So, Jermall Charlo versus the new 154 Kings. No, that's not it. What the fuck? Man, come on, bro. Stop playing with me. Y'all going in a circle? Where is that? Man, they tripping. Let's see if I can get this, man. Come on, where you at? My apologies, y'all. I should have had it up. It's some interesting topics out here, huh? Man, goddamn. I know it's down here somewhere. Be patient, man. Well, if I get to the bottom of this, let me see, who is that? This is the last one. Maybe I passed it already, but I'm just going to let it go because I'm not going to spend too much time on freaking Charlo anyway. I could have put it in the search, but anyway. Hold on for a second. Okay, get back to the task at hand, right? I didn't want to take too much time on freaking Charlo, but what I wanted to make clear to everyone is that, Bud Crawford called him out. It doesn't get any more strict and direct and concise as that. He called him out. He made it perfectly clear of what he thought about Jermall Charlo, even ringside. When have you ever seen a fighter defeat his adversary that's in the ring and defeat a freaking big mouth foe, trash talking, you know what I'm saying, in a higher division that was ringside? You never seen that before. You never seen a fighter in such a championship showcase of that prestige and be distracted and talking to his stablemate out there just 3 rows out. Like, you never seen that happen. You never seen that happen. I mean, the fight's supposed to have been built up to the fact that Bud Crawford wouldn't even dare to look out there and talk to Jermall Charlo because he had a huge challenge on his hands. And that's not the way it worked out, people. It just wasn't the way it worked out. It's almost like Crawford was the professor and Errol Spence was the goddamn first day, first week in the boxing gym. He made him look crazy. In the process, you hear other students over there talking. You know what a professor do? Excuse me one minute. And then he addresses the one that's talking, and that was Jermall Charlo. He addressed Jermall Charlo while he was whooping on Spence. He was whooping on Spence, addressing Mel Charlo. And then after that, the entire fan base just went to smithereens, as they call it. But in reality, he said he's on his way back. You know what I'm saying? If he's trying to proclaim himself as the king of the 154, he needs, in a strange way, get back one of his titles. And that's where I'm at with it right now. Somebody explain why Mel Charlo is even returning back to 154. Why is he scared to go to 160? And it seems like nothing is going on up there. Can somebody explain that to me? If you can do it in Braille, ASL, any one of them, I would appreciate it. But why is Mel Charlo? If you listen to me, why are you afraid, petrified, to go to 160? Your brother's his last fight was at what 166 or something like that. Your brother's no longer in the division of 160, right? His title is gone. Carlos Adames has it now. Why don't you go to 160? What's going on, man? I done heard so much about lines only to lions lonely. Man, y'all should be lonely with the fan base. You only have like 5.5, 6 people as your fan base right now. How can the Charlos drop off the face of boxing? Them Charlo twins, people used to anticipate their return. Like, damn, I just can't wait to see what Mel Charlo got. Mel Charlo, all that shit. Now, you unify the division. You coming back to the same division? That's what separates you and Crawford. That's exactly what separates you and Crawford. You'll never be able to achieve what Crawford has because you're afraid to take challenges and risk. You stepping in there with Canelo wasn't no challenge. You definitely didn't take no risk because your legs was working good. Fine. You was agile. You went in there and you became Mr. ASIC. So that's all I have to say. I'm gonna keep on talking about. I don't hear the criticism going Jermall Charlo way. He ain't coming back trying to fight nobody. Why he ain't calling out Crawford? I mean, he was the one telling Crawford that he got unfinished business with Spence. He the one that kept reminding the people that Crawford need to take care of business with Spence, and then Spence eye falls out, and the rematch doesn't happen because of Spence. But yet, you don't hear shit from Mel Charlo. Anyway, moving on. I want to talk about the Honduran Mr. Banana trash talking, you know what I'm saying? Mr. I want to, blame it all on the blacks. Whichever one get to the banana first, Teofimo Lopez. Yes. A fighter that I used to rock with heavy, but no, I can't accept that buffoonery that you on. Banana karma hunts Teofimo. And let's take a look at this, y'all. Would you believe it? All the way from Lomachenko to now Matias, and the fight, another one of your biggest fight is going to be on free TV. Boy, they really goddamn having you, stretching them hamstrings out good. Can y'all imagine this, y'all? I guess the Lopez's are being knocked down to a level of understanding now. I guess they're basically being taught the hard way. They are being shown, yo. His fight with Subriel Matias, a former IBF super lightweight champion. You're telling me it's on free TV? It's on free TV? God damn. Slap him in the face with cactus hands, god damn it. You know what I'm saying? Go over there and slap him with cactus hands, yo. Grab a porcupine and swing that shit close to Teo, man. That is unfreaking believable that he's fighting a free fight, a championship fight, again against one of his divisional compeers. Let's see what it says in the article. WBO light welterweight champion Teofimo Lopez potential title defense against number 4 Subriel Matias on March 15 could be shown on regular ESPN, not pay-per-view. That's good news for fans who otherwise would be reluctant to dig deep to pay to see this fight. Lance Pugmire of Boxing Scene reports that Teofimo's promoter Bob Arum of Top Rank isn't excited about placing this fight on pay-per-view due to the piracy problem that is going on that cuts into profits for the promoters, making some of the events less worthwhile to be placed behind a paywall. Lopez versus Matias, no pay per view. What compounds the problem is that Teofimo, 21 victories, 1 defeat, 13 knockouts, and the former IBF light welterweight champion Matias, 21 2 and 21 knockouts, aren't pay per view fighters. Aren't pay per view fighters, but he could talk about who's first to get to the banana. You can't get to a million. Moving on, it's not a fight that is pay per view worthy. Unfortunately, Matias isn't a household name in the U.S., and Teofimo has been erratic in his fights in the last 4 years. Listen to that word, erratic, verbal lytics. Erratic. Hey, do y'all think Teo's been erratic? I do. I think he's been insensitive. Yes, very insensitive. With erratic. I want to make another word. His erratic, cantankerous, belligerences, all of that, prejudices, discriminatories, all that. Teofimo has been all that in his erratic behavior. He has shown us that he don't give a damn. He once upon a time told Top Rank, you can keep the black fighters. I guess all that Devin Haney back and forth verbal sparring in 135 never really sat well with Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? When Devin Haney had the WBC title and they was pushing for Haney Teo. I don't know if that was the case. I've heard rumor mills that it was more on a personal level, that a black man came into their family circle in unfortunate circumstances, if you know what I mean. Let's keep it moving. For Teofimo to be in a pay-per-view fight, he needs someone popular, like one of these fighters. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Terrence Crawford, Jaron Ennis. Now, I would say Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia. Okay? And even Jaron Ennis. Okay? I would like to see that. It's much more bigger than a Subriel Matias fight. But ultimately, why I'm giving this so much attention is that it seems like karma is standing face to face with Teofimo. He's been known to have these mental breakdowns, right? And it's been spoken about on social media numerous of times. But at the end of the day, nobody is giving him empathy. Nobody is coming and showing that they're sorry. You know what I'm saying? They have compassion to build him up and bring him up out of this funk. No, it's a lot of people that want to see Teofimo stay within this fog of war that he created, of prejudice, discriminatory racism. You know, when you talk about fruit, it should be of what nutritional value consists of, not using it in the most unhealthy way possible and being sensitive about it. What this article goes on to say, none of those guys have shown interest in fighting Teo, which is understandable because he's not a draw. Also, he had a string of controversial wins in the last 5 years that make him risky in the fight. The last thing those guys need is to be on the receiving end of a hometown decision against Lopez. You just don't know what you're going to get with Teo. He looks great and then looks terrible against the opposition, which is designed for showcase purposes. His outside of the ring behavior is odd, with him saying weird things during interviews. Teofimo needs a good public relation coach to give him talking points for his interviews and control his tendencies to be a motor mouth, sounding like he's coming from left field. He needs to be scripted. Check this out. Didn't I say that about another fighter? But I guess it's okay for him to say that Teo needs a PR coach. I think Teo is very good with the media than most. You know what I'm saying? He just selects to say controversial things while the microphone is close to his lips. Teo's lack of appeal, Although Teofimo, 27, is a two-division world champion, he has failed to become a huge attraction due to his loss to George Kambosos, controversial decision against Jermaine Ortiz and Sandor Martin, and lack of fights against big-name opposition. Lopez has only fought one popular fighter in his 9-year career, Vasily Lomachenko, who he last fought 5 years ago in 2020. I disagree with that. I really do. I disagree with that because Josh Taylor does get respect. He's absolutely was the undisputed super lightweight world champion. You know what I'm saying? And he fought another credible, worthy opposition in Jose Ramirez when they unified that division. Just because people want to look at Lomachenko, who lost in his second professional fight, as top opposition, yes, you can curtail that to the pound for pound list. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go to that headquarters and say, yes, Lomachenko was top 2 pound for pound at that time that Teofimo defeated him on free TV. The Matchroom promoted Matias, 32, lost his IBF 140-pound title to Liam Paro, losing a 12-round unanimous decision on June 15th last year in Puerto Rico. Matias didn't perform well in the loss, getting outboxed and roughed up by Paro. In Matias' last fight, he stopped Roberto Ramirez in the second round on November 9th. Lopez's last 5 contests: Steve Claggett, UD 12, Jermaine Ortiz, UD, Josh Taylor, UD, Sandor Martin, split decision, 10-rounder, and Pedro Campa, TKO round 7. If you notice, in this fight, I believe it was Steve Claggett. I believe. I think it was Steve Claggett. Steve Claggett or Jermaine Ortiz. But Teo started becoming emotional. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo put his emotions out there for the audience to see with the Steve Claggett fight. But I think when he was being interviewed post-fight, after the Jermaine Ortiz fight, the crowd started to boo, and he told the crowd they can suck his D, right? He did. He said, hey, you can suck my D. That's what he said. So, he has fallen way off the cliff when it comes down to fan respect, support, his fan base. And he's fallen way off. And look, this is a long time coming for Teo. He's been walking that tightrope for a long time. But the tightrope got a little shaky when he attempted to defend his titles against George Kambosos. He said he was at 135 too long, and we all seen what happened. He still fought like a warrior to me, both fighters, but he was forced to move to 140. But yet, he moved up there to 140, and you finally get Josh Taylor for the lineal and WBO. You have some questionable fights where you want to play around with the people and say, bro, do I still got it? Hey, bro, do I still got it? I mean, Teo called himself retiring from the sport. And then the sport was going to let Teo know that, okay, you want to play this game? We about to sign a fight for them to fight for the vacant WBO super lightweight championship. And that's when Teo came and brought his ass out of retirement to fight. I say this is karma. I say it is a spiritual reckoning. At one point in time, I seen Teo in a different light before the fame. I'm not gonna lie to you. I seen the good side of Teo, him and his family, his mother especially. You know what I'm saying? I seen the good side of him, bro. You know what I'm saying? I seen a guy who was genuine and didn't have no chips. You know what I'm saying? Mentality totally different. But it may have been when he finally was able to beat Lomachenko, the temperature his fragmentation, his the bubble of respect he had for the fans was fragmented, and I think he started to just say, I'm going strictly off my ego. This is how I'm going to fuel my presence in the sport of boxing. I'm just gonna go strictly off being an egotistical maniac. I want to be a full-time narcissist. That's what I want to be. And T.O. would get on there and say some dumb shit on the microphone. And people start questioning when he's on site at a fight that he's not on the card. And my people's up here telling me, hey man, your boy up here saying some wild shit. I don't know what the whole deal. He might have some other shit going on. But the banana and in reference to the two black fighters ain't going nowhere. You're about to have another fight potentially on free TV. What does that say for those who are surrounded? What does they say, T.O.? What does that say, bro? You're about to have another fight on free TV, and this is a championship fight, and it's one of your biggest. Because just take a look at it like this. He went in there and defeated Richard Comey in his 15th fight. We know that. He got it done, okay? And then he went in there and fought Lomachenko in his 16th professional fight. But he didn't fare well against the Cambosis. He looked mediocre against Sandor Martin. He has some issues with Klajic. You know what I'm saying? Some people thought he lost against Jermaine Ortiz, but he didn't look good. He invited Ortiz into the corner to trade, and when Ortiz came kicking down the door, he was in high guard, in defense mode. Then he went in there against Josh Taylor. He got the job done, but people was like, oh, that was a over the hill Josh Taylor. He wasn't the same. So now T.O. is in a huge dilemma. He's trying to find somehow, some way to regain the starlight. And what he's done as basically shifted and relocated over there in Team Canelo. I find it as a tailcoat type of move. Yes, sir. I think it was a tailcoat type of move by T.O. Always willing to gamble and maneuver himself. You know what I'm saying? T.O. loved them freaking behind the scenes alleys and shit. He's sneaking and popping up somewhere for shock value. That's why I think they went over there to Eddie Reynoso. T.O. feels that Canelo only has so many years in the sport. So if he goes over there and be in the silhouette, because somehow, some way, Lopez Jr., which is his father, and T.O., they're always thinking-minded individuals. Who came up? Who convinced Canelo Alvarez to co-sign T.O. and say, Crawford, you need to fight Teofimo Lopez? Who convinced Canelo Alvarez to do some shit like that? I mean, we're talking about Canelo Alvarez now. Who convinced him to get on here and say some bum-ass, dumb-ass shit as that? How much was Canelo paid? Did they have to give him a freaking Shetland pony from the local goddamn parking lot circus in Florida Decor? Did they give Canelo Alvarez a motherfucking Shetland pony? Did they give them a work mule? Canelo Alvarez co-signed T.O. and said, Crawford, you need to fight T.O. And then come to find out that Team Lopez has relocated over there to Eddie Reynoso's camp. I see this move as a coattail move, because it seems like now he's going to ride off the coattail of Canelo and hope somehow, some way, being in Canelo's, shine, his silhouette, you know what I'm saying, being in that radiated spear that Canelo's carry around with him, that he's earned with the people. Teofimo Lopez is going to attempt to try to slowly but surely take over some of that real estate. I don't think he can do it. I don't think you can walk in Canelo's shoes. I don't think so. Yes, you're a 2 division champion. But Ryan Garcia was already over there with Canelo. And he got the hell up out of there. You know what I'm saying? He was already over there. You're still searching a M. So this is what I'm thinking, people. I'm thinking that Team Lopez is going to try desperately to be in the good graces of Team Canelo, try their best to soak in that sunlight. It's not going to work on no melatonin for freaking Teofimo because he got that Honduras shade. He got that Honduran shade to him. You know what I'm saying? Kind of blue, whitish type shade, texture. But he's going to soak in as much as he can. And some might call it, he might be over there just to freaking steal. He want to go over there and steal some of that starlight power that Canelo has earned in his career the right way. Teo is a panhandler. He's over there probably goddamn dancing and shit like he always doing backflips for Team Canelo to pay off the freaking entry fee because he didn't have it at the moment. So every time after he spars or get ready or something, go through fight camp, he has to go back in there and dance and tap dance and put on a show. Knowing Teo, he's in blackface. I'm serious, man. They probably got Teo up there dancing around and shit, paying off his motherfucking debt. Because Team Canelo don't come off to me as being one of those teams that's cheap and you can just come in there and talk some bullshit and they let you in. No, you're gonna have to work it off, man. After you finish your freaking session, you got to come back in there and dance for Eddie Reynoso and Canelo. For real. You're going to have to show them that you worthy. Teo's going to have to go in there. He probably wearing a big sombrero, big one. They be, probably having talent shows and shit. Having Teo freaking imitate certain celebrities out there. Yeah, doing his comedy stand-up. Yeah, doing backflips and shit. Doing his Fortnite. Canelo's like, hey, Teo. I know it's old. Teo. But I want to see you do the Fortnite. I want you to backflip and do the Fortnite. It's so funny. Me and Eddie used to laugh so hard. I said, Teo, he's a funny guy. They got Teo over there goddamn doing Fortnite. Backflipping, doing Fortnite dance. Backflipping, goddamn pillar to post. But do y'all see what I see, though? Like, that banana Carmen's coming back. I mean, the flavor is there, ain't it? Salty as hell. Teo may potentially be having a championship defense against what's going to be a tough opponent. Should be. The good thing about it, this is going to remind me of Jerron Ennis and Ramon Villa. Real talk. And the reason why I say that is because Teo has had problems with fighters who keep distance and commit to being counterpunchers, right? Subriel Matias likes the pressure. He likes walking forward. And that benefits Teo because he performs better, just like Ramon Villa. Jerron Ennis was able to get the stoppage, and he was able to break him down over a period of rounds because he was right there in his space. And Ennis, he performs well with his opponents coming forward and pressuring. The same with Teofimo. He does better when his opponents is not boxing and they're willing to come forward and give him present pressure, and they make it a close quarters type of fight. But I can guarantee you this bullshit. Him going over there coattailing Canelo Alvarez. I wonder what the ticket is for that. It was hilarious when I think Canelo was in there with Jaime Munguia. I think it might have been Jaime Munguia or Edgar Berlanga. But Teo was on ringside acting like he was giving Canelo instructions. Listen. I was looking at that shit, and I got on the phone and called the arena. I called the motherfucking arena. I said, you know what? Hey man, do me a favor, man. You owe me one anyway. Can you remove that dude that's sitting down there on the front row that's giving Canelo? He looks like Teo. That ain't Teo. He looks like Teo. Can you remove him from the premises? It'd be good for him because Crawford might go in there and slap the shit out of him. Move him back close to the freaking the bathroom area back there or something. Wait till the fight is over, because he's distracting the viewership of trying to pretend like he's giving Canelo instructions. You better freaking stop it right now. Teofimo Lopez with another big fight, and it's free, y'all. I wonder how much he getting paid. Do y'all think he touching the M? Do y'all think Teofimo Lopez is touching the M for this fight? Real talk. Do y'all think Teofimo Lopez is catching the M? Let me get to the chat right quick. Shout out to Martin King Boxing, man, with the $5 super chat. The first super chat of the year for 2025 for WCS coming to you live. I appreciate you, MKB, for always supporting the channel. He said, Teofimo versus Matias is a good ESPN Plus fight, in my opinion. Okay. But see, my whole point for talking about a free fight, because just like they said in the article, pretty much these two individuals are not pay-per-view worthy, right? But come on, bro. Teofimo, we hear of fighters being highlighted from their past fights all the freaking time, yo. I mean, come on already. How many times have I heard Anthony Joshua when he went in there against Vladimir Klitschko? Oh my God. The world came to a halt. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua, a.k.a. AJ. Oh my God, my bestie boxer. He went in there in Wembley Stadium. You know what I'm saying? T.O. fought Lomachenko, who was number 2 on the pound for pound list behind Canelo. And he beat him. He still hasn't been able to elevate himself, make any type of advancements. Why? Why hasn't he been able to touch an M? He didn't see the hallway dialogue between Danny Jacobs and Jermall Charlo? Danny Jacobs said, I'm touching an M, man. What you talking about? Come on, what are we doing? Has anybody asked T.O. what are we doing? Nobody him pulled up. I saw Keyshawn G check him on the stage. I saw Keyshawn G check his ass, talking about, yeah, I heard you, mention my name. I felt like you disrespect me, bro. I ain't never disrespected you. But anyway, shout out to MKB, man, with the $5 super chat, the first of 2025. Much appreciated, brother. One love to you, man. Swat Jones in the building. Salute. Happy New Year's, big dog. Hope all is well, man. No doubt, man. Hope all is well with you, man, and your family and everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Hope all is well your way, Swat Jones in the building in 2025. You already know. Thanks for all the support, bro. Arnold Brown on deck. You already know. Salute to you pulling up as always, man. Big Blunts and Boxing in the building. Salute to you. Chat, what's good? Happy New Year. Happy New Year's to you and the fam, bro. You know what I'm saying? Blessings to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's in this chat, thanks for your support, man, and continue to prosper in good health. You know what I'm saying? Good health. It's tough talking about good health on the YouTube Central. It can get dirty. Just super, super dirty on this place, bro. Y'all hold on for a second, man. Yeah, I'm back. Okay. It should be straight now. 44 is on deck. Hold on for a second. Mike in the building. What's good? Thanks for the volume. Let me check and see if my volume good now. I don't know why it was so low. Thanks for letting me know though. Yeah, thanks for the shout out to the volume. It's good now. I don't know why it was like that, man. You know, the lights went out over here. I don't know. You never know. But man, people come over here talking about they unsubscribing like I care. You know what I'm saying? You was never subscribed, first of all. And it's always good to see some strays come over here, right? On New Year's. You know what I'm saying? It's good to hear some strays come over here on New Year's talking about, I'm unsubscribing. What is that supposed to do for me though? You just help me identify and address you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm unsubscribing now. It's because of the volume. Hey, dude, can you understand English? Is English your first, second, third language? I mean, come on, bro. You that peeved that you got to roll out because of the volume? Are you that peeved? For real. The reals, what's good? What's good? Blessed 2025. Same to you, my brother. One love to you, bro. You already know. Shout out to the OG TGB Boxing. What's good? Tough Glove Boxing in the building. WCS, Mike, he giving a shout out to everyone that's in the chat. Hey, man, happy New Year's and blessings of prosperity to you and yours, man. Continue to thrive and do your thing over there, TGB. Appreciate you pulling up, big dog. Shout out to Blue Hustle in the building. What's good with the Blue? Happy New Year's to you, bro. Thanks for pulling up. I was talking earlier about Teofimo Lopez, right? Where he had the opportunity of facing Vasil Lomachenko, right? And thanks to the ones who was letting me know about my volume, it might have been when the power or whatever. But anyway, I was just making a fact be known that when it comes down to Teofimo Lopez and fighting Lomachenko, that was a huge fight that was on free TV. And a lot of people were saying that Teo didn't have a chance and all that. But when it came down to it, he went in there and was able to become undisputed in the franchise era of the 135-pound division. He hasn't since been able to elevate that status. He hasn't been able to levitate or make any type of advancements so people can start talking about him being a pound-for-pound fighter. This is a crazy part that I remember, and I have the screenshot somewhere. All right, because now Turkey has bought the ring. I wonder how much I can freaking sell my screenshot of Teofimo Lopez when he defeated Lomachenko, who was number 2 at the time in the ring, pound for pound. They didn't even put Teofimo in the top 5. They put Lomachenko in 7 and put Teo number 6. And you want to talk about love? You want to talk about that porcupine love? You want to talk about that giving a porcupine a hug? Dude was number 2. Teofimo beat him and he couldn't even go into the top 5. You even had Jess Rodriguez, Bam Rodriguez, go in here and make a run and beat a Sonny Edwards. Move back up and beat a Juan Francisco Estrada. They even threw him top 5. But Teofimo Lopez did not make it to the top 5 rankings on the pound-for-pound list when he beat Vasily Lomachenko. They put him outside the top 5, yo. Does Teo have bad karma? Is it an aura with Teo that you would consider to be contaminated, or some type of ominous type spirit that's attached to him? There's some stuff to be going on over there in Honduras. I'm gonna be honest with you. Did he check and see if anybody's put any type of juju, roots, anything? Jones said, I love the fight. Teo versus Matias is interesting, especially since Matias lost to Pyro and Pyro lost to Hitchens. Man, talk that talk, man. Let me back up, man. People up here putting that verbal lytic spaghetti out here. I love the fight. Teo versus Matias is interesting, especially since Matias lost to Pyro, who was a challenger to Matias' belt, right? And Pyro lost to Hitchens. Hitchens is the current reigning, defending IBF super lightweight world champion. I like this one for sure, and it's not pay-per-view. Oh yeah, I'm in. See, people are showing that they want to see this fight with Subriel Matias on free TV. I'm not complaining about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not complaining about it. If Jones say he cool with it, I'm not. The only point I'm trying to make about Teo is the fact that he's not on pay-per-view once again. He's in another championship showcase and it's free TV. Wow. If that's not a message for you, what is, bro? What is? That's a huge message, man. People say, I can't wait to see this. Always hit the like, share, join World Combat Sports. Appreciate you, man. I hope he is touching an M, because Subriel is going to make him back up. All that PR are easy to beat ish. Oh man, Matias is a dog, man. For real. My name was Subriel Matias after seeing what he did to freaking Maxim Dedashev, who ended up passing salute to the late Dedashev, because he was just a warrior, a freaking foreign fighter coming over here to make a living for his family. I call him the honey badger. When he had his hair dyed, I call Matias the honey badger, bro. He does have a relentless type of attack. And anybody who knows honey badgers, they're nothing to play with. And I remember seeing the punishment that was delegated in that Dedashev fight. And I say, man, this dude is dangerous. And I was wondering why he haven't got a title shot. And finally he was able to get the title. And he was considered one of the more dangerous fighters in there. But the bad thing about when Josh Taylor vacated the belts was that none of the champions really was fighting each other. We had some switcheroos going on. We had some changes of the guard. You know what I'm saying? We had Rolly Romero, who didn't deserve that spot. The easiest champion at that point in time ended up being exposed by who? Isaac Cruz. You know what I'm saying? And then Isaac Cruz was exposed by El Rayo. I mean, very amazing turn of events. And then you see what happened at WBC. Devin went up there and beat Regis Prograis. And then, the fight with him and Ryan Garcia crap. And then he ended up becoming the champion of recess. And you had the Gary Antoine Russell and Alberto Puello fight. And Puello ended up winning. And he was elevated to freaking WBC super lightweight champion. And then, we have Teo sitting at the WBO. And really, he's still, in my opinion, the king at 140. But Matias is no joke. Matias is definitely going to make this a very interesting fight. I'm going to be honest. That's what I believe. Yeah, Keyshawn got high anxiety. He wasn't let Lopez get that slick talk off around him. Yeah, he let him know. I felt disrespected. You know what I'm saying? One thing about Keyshawn, he can talk with the best of them too. Sometimes he seems like the calm, cool, collective, You know what I'm saying? Then the next, he's off the rails. But I think he's good PR for the media, Keyshawn Davis. And he did check T.O. Esophagus. It's louder now. W says clear. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, I think the settings changed because, like I said, I think the setting changed. But thanks for people letting me know. And, if you're going to unsubscribe, just don't let me know. Just do it. Because that doesn't run my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Don't say, oh, I'm unsubscribing because of the volume. I mean, come on. You're talking to grown people here. What is that supposed to do? You want to be the first to unsubscribe in 2025? Come on, bars. I got him said he wanted a timeout. Oh, okay. I got you. Appreciate that, Jones. Appreciate you. Yeah, dude say he unsubscribing. Just do it. Don't tell me. Just like Nike. Just do it. Don't tell me. Surprise. Just do it. Nobody worrying about that. Yeah, I don't think T.O. would have thought in 2025 he would still not be a pound for pound attraction. Cold-blooded. Somehow, some way, T.O. became complacent. Somehow, some way, I'm going to be honest, I thought T.O. has the mouthpiece to elevate him to that position to be the next up. I seriously thought, you know what I'm saying? I seriously thought T.O. had enough in his mouthpiece and PR and his ability to work the mic. I thought he would have bigger fights by now. For real. I seen him and heard him clout chase Crawford's name over and over and over and over and over again. And nothing came from it because they didn't want the fight. I mean, he's just going in Crawford. And then they say, oh, you still want Crawford? Yeah, the catch weight. Man, come on, bro. You clout chased the crap out that dude's name. And then you don't want to face him at 147. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just thought that was bad for business when it came to T.O. I thought, him being knocked down so easily the way he the way he was against Sandor Martin, it was a bad look. A bad look. Now, when you talking about the Kambosos fight, his glove touched the canvas, but you know what I'm saying? I think it was he got hustled a bit in there with Sandor Martin because all he was doing is just heavy on the lead foot, and he was waiting to T.O. and he was hitting him with the hook and tripping him at the same time. He was taking the momentum that he was hitting T.O. with the hook and making T.O. trip over the lead leg, and T.O. got hustled twice out of that. The good thing about it, he didn't get that second knockdown called. That hand could have that title could have easily changed hands if he would have suffered 2 10-8 rounds. Sandor Martin could have easily became and the new. But luckily for T.O., he was able to retain his title and have his cameo appearance to my bro. Do I still got it? He has no people skills. I used to F with T.O. realistic boxing, but he seems like he's not in reality. I don't remember that, MKB. When did you use? Because you've been a Haney fan for a long time. Even when I was going with T.O., you was standing firm on freaking Haney. You know what I'm saying? You must have been a T.O. fan when he was in like middle school or something, when you seen him in the amateurs or something. When he was a little youngin'. You might have been a fan of him when he was a youngin'. I don't know if you was a fan since he been on this level right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might have been a fan when he was way back when, fighting Diego Magdaleno or something. I can't remember when you was a T.O. fan, because every time I brought him up, you say, oh, Devin beats him. Boy, about as bright as a box of rocks. Hey, man, be careful when you mix bright with a box of rocks. You have some goofballs on here to say, oh, man, that wasn't even funny, man, because rocks, they don't shine. They don't shine, bro. Hey, you still got some people recovering from that special eggnog cocktail that they were sipping on for the last 3-4 days, yo. There's some people still in recovery. TOPRT is either really dumb or non-existent. For sure, he cut off his nose. He cut off his nose, spite his face all the time in the media. Yeah, he seemed to enjoy that. He seemed to, I said on several occasions that Tio was a master manipulator when it came to the media. I stand on that because people know him, just like the article said, that Tio pretty much has been on record as saying some wild, outlandish type of comments in front of the mic. He has no reserve. And I think it's good and it's bad because they say, okay, what they always say, any exposure is better than non-exposure. He gets the exposure, the publicity goes along with it. He gets the people talking, and he relishes in the moment. Low blow boxing in the building. What's good with it, low blow? Shout out to Low Blow Boxing, man, with a $2 super chat, man. He said Bill Haney is the most honest man in boxing. Facts. That's your opinion. Cool. I don't have nothing to say about that. People perceive honesty different. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what you're saying he's honest about. Now, as far as the YouTube Central promoting his son throughout, hands down, ain't nobody out here doing it like Bill. I mean, Bill do what he do. He put in those hours, he put in those work, and nothing like when the Gary Russell situation was going on. You know what I'm saying? When Devin was set to face Yurkis Gamboa and Gary Russell Jr., they was up there talking like G. Russell was going to be the next up to potentially possibly face Devin. I mean, they milked that shit for months and months and months. That was a lot of work. But shout out to you, bro. Appreciate the $2 super chat. You know what I'm saying? And giving your side. Shout out to Team Haney. You know what I'm saying? He was just on the spaces over there. He's making rounds, man. He's making rounds. That's all I can say. He's making his rounds, bro. I mean, that takes a lot of work to get on here and deal with these people who you're going to have some naysayers and you're going to have some supporters. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can say about Bill is that he's been around it enough to deal with the inclement weather. He knows how to deal with that shit. He's deal with real live action. You know what I'm saying? Turbulence. People that's talking shit about Devin in his last fight performance. Some people that rock with him heavy. And then some other people just straight out, flat out disrespectful. But, he built for the kill, man. That New Year's punch done got you. Put the cup down. Yeah, man, they sipping on that special eggnog cocktail, bro. They mixing that dark and light looking that eggnog. They up here talking about, it's a Christmas cheers. Bro, we in 2025, man. You need to start the recovery process. When he was first about to fight Lomachenko, W says, but he went crazy on fighting Haney. Shout out to Bug Unstop Canelo in the building. Salute to your brother. Happy New Year's. May all is well with you, man. Shout out to Low Blow Boxing with a $2 super chat. He said Bill Haney a better trainer than Emmanuel Stewart. Hey, if you look, if you want to donate to the channel, and I'm gonna read your comment, as long as it's pertaining to boxing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read your comment, but I disagree with that. I just wanted to see them fight, and Devin was serious, but Lopez was delusional on how to go about the fight. So after I said, forget Lopez, I was just saying I thought you was a diehard Haney fan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you look. Hey, Low Blow want to come over here in the first day of 2025, and he's probably somebody totally different. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? But humor is cool. It's still boxing related. Some people come over here and troll, and it's not boxing related. And then you have to put them on the PK. You have to give him that penalty kick, as I always say. You know what I'm saying? But it's boxing. He's advocating for someone that's his favorite trainer. But I totally disagree about the Manuel Stewart. No, come on. No. Stop it. Stop it. Pass hallucination smoke. You smoking, bro. You said they preparing for their first ayahuasca in the first quarter of 2025 there, MKB. They getting the psychedelics down, getting used to it a little bit. Shout out to Roman, man. I gotta stop hating on boxing. I don't know what you talking about. Gotta stop hating on boxing. What are you talking about? I don't know. When look, be specific. I'm not going to try to decode your thoughts. If you jump in here and it's totally off topic, just decode it. I'm not going to do your homework for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them channels that demand a super chat just to read your comment. I always interact with the chat, but some of y'all take advantage of that. Try to, at least, to just say something that don't make sense just so I can talk about it. Bro, it's not going to do anything for you. For real. It's not going to do anything for you. Let me move on to this next one. With 2025 now on deck, it's official. We're in 2025. And, it's certain channels putting out there that, certain channels always want to be first. And you know exactly who I'm speaking on. The channels, the first to break type channels. They got to put breaking in their titles, like breaking, like it has extra value every time they put it in there. It's like a kid just learning the alphabets, man. You know what I'm saying? A, B, C, and everything good until they get to K. And then the person who's teaching them say, element of P. And they grow up saying, element of P. No. I don't know who told you that. Did your parents teach you that? Did your parents teach you that? I'm going to talk to your parents about that when they come pick you up, okay? Is that fine with you? Because that's not it. No. It's not an anthem or a chorus line or a hook when you're saying your alphabet. Anyway, back to it. It has been said that Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez may potentially be in Saudi Arabia. Now, we all know why people are feeling some type of way about Turki Al-Sheikh and Terence Crawford. Because for one, it's for the life of me, I couldn't figure this out. I thought for sure that Deontay Wilder, due to his fragmented technical skill set, that's why people was mad. And he had the one quitter slap the taste out your mouth and leave you goddamn, damn, I can't taste nothing. The bronze bomber hit you with the right hand. It was so much hate towards that, right? And he was dark skinned, right? So he was just constant, people ridiculing easily. But then it came to Crawford. Crawford more technically sound. Way more technically sound. Proficient in the ring with putting that masterclass boxing cachet that he has, right? And I'm saying, why is he getting so much hate? Because neither Crawford or Deontay have mugshots out here. They're not fleeing the police. They haven't popped dirty. You have to ask yourself, like, what is this about? How in the hell are they being hated on so much? So when Crawford revealed that him and Turki Al-Sheikh have a rapport, a professional rapport, people was angry. And they didn't really give a damn at the moment because Turki haven't really did anything in the U.S. But then we heard about the fight in L.A. Turki was going to bring the fight in L.A. and Crawford was going to be the headliner. And then some of the same repeated offenders start to bash the fight. And you hear people in there, in this chat, that's up here talking about, we got to do more for boxing. Listen, you have the YouTube Central repeat offenders that's always hating on certain name fighters because they still in the sport. And the poorest thing about it, right? The most pathetic part about this is that they're old enough to make changes. They're old enough to understand that when these names that you're hating on leave the sport, you're going to just try to pick and choose the next fighter that you want to hate on for no freaking reason. Let's be honest. If you want to look at Ryan Garcia, it's easy right now. Before, it was him ducking, being the Duck Masters Coalition pound for pound #1. But when he popped dirty and made the racist comments, that was a legitimate reason to hate, right? But see, with Crawford and Wilder, that hasn't been the case. And when Turkey brought the fight over here and Bud was going to be the main event, motherfucker was hating. And after the fight over, they want to say he only did 50K, which was a lie. You have black content creators that's willing to run a smear campaign. They walk around with their torches lit, going around spreading agitprop. That's what they do. Propaganda. That's what their main agenda is, to spread propaganda. Now, Turki Al-Rashid has made a huge splash in the sport of boxing. The administrative side has changed up now. Now you have content creators who's been on this YouTube Central. Let's just go back as far as the pandemic 2020, when the Wilder hate was all over the YouTube Central of him losing to Tyson Fury, yo. All the way up to 2025. Now they want to complain about boxing being taken over by Turk, like he's doing something, like they was contributing to it. No, you was busy hating. Now, if the Canelo fight and Crawford fight goes over to Saudi, what are you going to say? You're not going to be able to use the pay-per-view numbers like you always do. I don't care who's putting the news out there, say, oh, what the fight going to be. If the fight is going to be official, that's the only thing matters to me. When the fight becomes official. The reason why, it would be another example that if it's God's plan, there's nothing you can do to stop it. And regardless of how many people was hating on Crawford, he's been doing everything right. He just had to travel a different route. He had to go off road, go up and down some hills. You know what I'm saying? He had to go and travel some rough terrain to get to the prize. But legacy, he has shown that if you do everything right and you have a good spirit for the sport, which he does, a fighter who has, sustained discipline and has been a great representation of the sport. If the fight is either in Vegas or Saudi Arabia, the U.S. boxing fans shouldn't complain, because you've been over here just building up, these fights, especially with the Bud and Spence fight for 5 years, maybe more. And the only thing that we seen was what? Hate, rhetoric, you know what I'm saying? Aspersions every time you see a live stream. People talking about how a man look, talking about his family. He goes in here and shut it down. And then after that, you have some people happen to admit that they was wrong about Crawford. But then, a couple of days after that, they return back to the hate. They want to say, oh, excuse wise, he was this, that, and the other. But this is different, y'all. Check this out. Canelo Alvarez. Remember when Errol Spence was saying that it was okay? But what if Terrence Crawford get Canelo Alvarez? You're going to have some of these black YouTube Central creators that was hating on Crawford when he was about to face Spence. they're going to return and be on the side of Canelo Alvarez just to hope that they can redeem what tore them apart and sent them into seclusion on July 29, 2023. They're hoping and praying that Canelo can give them some type of redemption when he steps in there on Cinco de Crawford. We're getting ready for Cinco de Crawford in 2025. Yes, we are. This is talking about greatness, ATG. This is talking about elevating the throne. This is what it's about, y'all. Say what you like. Say what you like, man. Bud versus Canelo really happened. I can't wait. That's going to be one for the ages. Man, you ain't lying. It's going to be unbelievable. It's what we need. That just goes to show you how much power the YouTube Central doesn't have. They don't have the power to make these fights. They don't have the power. Just think how they was up there trying to take credit, going around here talking about, oh man, we made the fight with BLK Prime and Jerron Ennis. Y'all remember that freaking debacle? How they was going around here saying, oh man, we can look back on here and say we made this fight. You know what I'm saying? It never materialized, bro. It was a farce. They was going around here telling people that Jerron Ennis was gonna fight Bud Crawford next in December of 2020. What? 2. And that fight was nowhere close to happening, bro. And no Canelo versus Bud. Canelo a big dog for sure. It's gonna take everything Bud got to beat him. Canelo got a lot to lose. It's insurance for sure. Hey, this is one of those fights, man. Even I, as a boxing fan enthusiast, I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you that Crawford is gonna run through Canelo. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. It's gonna be a tough fight. Absolutely. It's gonna be the clash of the century. And once again, if this fight is indeed official when it's announced, it will have shown you, the casuals, all the way up to the hardcore fans, that no matter how much hate that you saturate this freaking media segue, you can't stop the movement. You can't stop the traction. All y'all do is talk shit and think you're going to be the best YouTube Central creator ever based off how much controversy you can put out. And y'all don't understand, man. It's ones that come in here and come and go, bro. It's dudes that has to freaking live a fake life. You know, they have to live off, being fake on here in the YouTube just so they can feel good about this type of lifestyle. Talking shit about fighters. They'll tell anybody who will listen, oh man, I'm a hardcore boxing fan. And then, oh, you for real? You got a channel? Yeah. They go there and tune in their channel. It's like, man, what the fuck is this dude talking about? What are you talking about? You're not original. A lot of you cats not original. You gotta build your channel off the back of another channel. The headstones I got, I didn't freaking build my channel off them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be the conqueror of social media. That's up to y'all. Haney jab is a nice bit. I don't see how it wasn't effective versus Ryan. Hey, it's called defense. It's called space. It's called boxing IQ. Ain't nobody hating that mental midget Lopez. We got a right to speak on what the problem are. Hey man, some people over here, you gotta understand the first of the year, bro. The first of the year, the first day of the year, bring them out. This is 1-1-2025. They bring them out, Well, I would hope, like, look, that you would be on here to kind of put a wager up, but a lot of you all just want the attention from the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I to sit up here and bring up Canelo's freaking box wreck, and he's went the distance with his last 5 opponents, but yet with Crawford going in there the box, all of a sudden he's moving up from 154. Yes, let's acknowledge that 154. Okay, 154. Let's acknowledge that. He's moving up to 154, from 154 to 168, or it might be a catchweight, whatever the case may be. But the fact still remains is that the fight is going to pay out lucrative for both fighters. It's going to be a great payout, a great purse. Once again, for sure, for Canelo Alvarez. I can see Canelo Alvarez probably getting 40, 45, 50, 55 million. You know what I'm saying? He's getting the lion's share. When I say lion, I'm talking about Mufasa. Canelo's getting the lion's share, bro. He's the cash cow, the last of his kind. I'll be glad when Canelo leaves the sport, man. So all the other fighters can fight for the freaking the food on the plate. We are seeing history made, yo. People are not taking it serious because it's not one specific fighter that's next in line after Canelo. When Crawford and Canelo leave, it's over. That will put an end to the Floyd Mayweathers. The Canelo, not even Pacquiao. Pacquiao's supposed to be returning to face Mario Barrios. Not even him when it comes to cash cow. You see a lot of these guys are at the top of the pay-per-view with their dance partner being Floyd Mayweather, right? But what I like about Canelo, he's on his way out the sport, and that will put an end to the cash cow effect, especially with Turkey Al-Sheikh. You have heavyweights is up there that's making over 60 million and shit, and nobody's even talking about that. But every time Canelo steps in, Canelo wants what Canelo wants. That's why I want him to, I'm ready for him to leave so every fighter can fight for a paycheck, a purse. It's on level playing field. You know what I'm saying? We can get the fights that we want because Turkey is the one. I don't think this is going to be a rematch in that shit either. I don't think this Crawford Canelo is going to be a rematch. I think it's going to be a one and done. After Crawford goes in there and remind us of the forensic evidence that he left at the T-Mobile Massacre, July 29, 2023. Now when he steps in there as Cinco de Crawford, oh man, it's going to be bloody. It's going to be another lesson learned. For real. You're going to see the Mexican fight fans as they slowly creeping out trying to make their voice be heard. I see y'all in the chat with those, Hispanic now. I don't have no problem with Mexican fight fans, Hispanic fight fans. No problem. No problemo. No problemo, amigo. ¿Te entiendes? See? No problemo. No problemo. All I'm saying is, I'm going for Crawford on Cinco de Crawford. I'm going to be wearing the green, the white, and red. I'm going to get me a goddamn one of the biggest. I'm talking about one of the largest T-Mobile Massacres hats. God damn it, that I can get. I will not be wearing any Mexican memorabilia on that day. I will be representing out of Omaha, Cinco de Crawford, the first of his kind, yo. No, look, nobody cares if Canelo is the face of boxing. You have heavyweights that's making more that sit up here. You got Usyk and Fury over there making millions upon millions. I can understand where you're infatuated with the face. Okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You stay hydrated off that cinnamon. You know what I'm saying? You the one to be having your lips pointing to the sky, hydrating off that cinnamon that be dripping off Canelo when you be there washing his feet, making sure his shit is dry. You know what I'm saying? Giving him a massage. Or your calves not cramping, are they? Huh? Nello? Your calves are okay? I'm just going to massage it just a little bit. I'm going to wipe it down a little bit, get some of this cinnamon off. He said he won't do it in May. I don't care when they have the fight. He better not do it at Cinco de Crawford. I know you Mexican fight fans don't want that to be on your history. Hey, man, I remember back in 2025. You remember? Come here, Jesus Carlos. Ven aquí, amigos. Y'all remember back in 2025 when we went through Cinco de Crawford? Man, I hate it, man. That Pendejo WCS. He was talking about my idol, my God, my King, my Lord, my Savior. And I thought he was bullshitting. He went in there and beat the brakes off Canelo, man. Made me change my ways about boxing. Don't be the Mexican fight fan over here crying now. Don't be over here telling you puto. I hate you, Pendejo. Don't be over here crying. Don't be over here crying, yo. Don't do it. Don't start. Man, you ain't never lied, bro. I look at grown men, right? In this content creating business, bro, and I'll just maintain my integrity. I can name off 10 channels right now that never changed up, that never switched up the way they do business. You know what I'm saying? And I respect them for not switching up to the gimmicks. But the ones that out here with the gimmicks and putting all, I expected that from them because they are followers. You know, the worst thing I've seen was people to just overly commit and dedicate themselves to just not having a full-time job with benefits. They don't see the world changing as we know it in this social media game. So if YouTube right now was to shut down, a lot of people that you see on here with all these gimmicks, they're going to disappear. Just like boxing almost disappeared during 2020. I can't believe it either. These dudes be up here acting all shocked. Where did they get that from? Showbiz? Because one thing I can say, Showbiz stuck to it. He was his own showpiece. He was entertainment. Showbiz the adult. He was doing some showbiz type shit. And then to see all these other motherfuckers, goddamn, get on here and they in their 40s, yo. They look like, they remind you of if you was to do a ghetto series of Home Alone and they was looking for someone to imitate Macaulay Culkin. I never seen so many black niggas on here goddamn acting shock and shit like that's gonna grab it. What's the percentage of viewership when you act shocked in the thumbnail? Can somebody give me the numbers? Like, does anybody have an average number of how many more views do you get when you act shocked on your thumbnail? Oh, shit. I mean, come on, bro. You in your 40s and 50s, nigga. What are y'all doing? But hey, man, it got a lot of followers on here. Man, bro, that fight don't have to build up. Why are y'all so stuck on just picking gum off the bottom of the desk, man? When you want to come talk this boxing shit, y'all say the same shit all the time. It got to build up. It got to be. If Turkey Al-Sheikh is the one that's funding it, we're not in that situation no more where we had to, let it build up fans. You act like we robots or something. The only thing we're going to do, we have to wait for the pay-per-view price if we select to support it. We're the consumers. What are waiting to build up? If Turkey is putting on, his budget is different than any other promoter in the U.S. So what are we building up to? Real talk. What are we building up to? Just think, right? At the beginning of 2024, when the Crawford Spence fight was announced, right? And then the press was announced. They fought in July, but they released the shit via social media. It wasn't even formal. They allowed the fighters to release and drop the announcement. And that fight did fine. That fight bit, but Crawford going in there, Canelo is a larger, interesting scope. When you're talking about the reach that this fight is going to have if it's made between Crawford and Canelo. It's no building up that has to go along with this. It's just, bro, what are you saying, man? What this build up shit? That's the same language that y'all love using. That shit is over. We out of the caveman boxing days. It's a new regime that's taking over. All this, it gotta build up, Turkey is making mother effing fights. And you either watch it or you don't. You don't have to wait. Man, we gotta build it up. Okay, so it's 92. When you think it's gonna happen? Man, I say this right here, man. I'm gonna be honest. It's 92 right here. You said right? Man, we're looking at about 1999, man. Yeah. Yeah, we looking at 1999. We ain't in that shit no more, bro. Make it build up for what? You ain't dealing with no robots. Boxing fans ain't robots. Hey, shout out to IOTBA Boxing Talk, the GOAT in the building. What's good with it, man? Happy New Year to you and your fam. May all is well. Definitely check out IOTBA Boxing Talk over there at TSB, the Spit Bucket Podcast. Man, check one of the frontliners that's been in the game, on the front lines, in the trenches, on the battlefield for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Definitely show your support. If you got thin skin, just please don't go over there, God damn it. Oh, man, somebody give him a Cortex so he can go on about his business, and don't even tell him how to use it. Let him figure it out. Bro, you need to go dab it dry. You dripping all over the place, man. You over here crying. Bro, this is not a female outreach program over here. Come over here, talk that boxing shit. You crying, bro. You dripping all over the place, man. We got unnecessary attention for no reason. We got goddamn coyotes, possums. They smell blood. Who dripping that blood over here? What's dead? You got vultures flying around and shit because you over here bleeding out over my chat, dog. Canelo gonna get the big boy portion. Yeah, 80, I think. Something like that. I mean, shit. Canelo gonna get the lion's share of that, man. Canelo gonna get the big boy portion of that pot. I can't wait to hear all the propaganda with how much the splits are on social media with contracts, knowing they don't know nothing about black and white. Hold up. I'm gonna talk about that because, you know, that's what some people tend to do. They love talking about numbers like they are an unemployed CFO. You ask them what 2 + 2 is, right? And they say 4. So I'll say, well, what if you rotate the plus and make it an X? If you change it to an X, what is it then? Shit, nigga. Why are you messing with that though? Now, why would you do that shit though? No, bro. You said 2 + 2 is 4. It's shaped like a T, right? You said 2 + 2 is 4, right? Okay, so I just want to rotate that T into an X. No, man, that's fucking me up. 2x2. 2x2. What the fuck is that, yo? Damn. Man, see, that's why I'm gonna be coming over here to your chat, man. That shit. 2x2. That shit don't even make no motherfucking sense, nigga. I'm just saying, Jones. These cats, they be over here talking about these numbers like they are at the table. My advice to them is continue to do what you do, because with every hair follicle that turns gray from your stress, I'm gonna be sure to clown your ass at the right given time, because y'all put a whole lot of stress in talking about guesstimate numbers and shit with these fights in order to even build up or tear down a fighter. You say, oh, this fighter did this many pay-per-views. Y'all don't know shit, bro. Y'all just up here trying to act like if they hear me talk about numbers enough, then they're going to respect me. No, man, that's not it. That's not it, bro. Y'all be putting out information that's untrue. And I just wish it was much more intelligent human beings on here just to do a little bit more research, just to be a lot more competent, just to be better listeners, and not just lean head first into listening to this shit and then going to somebody else's channel and repeat it. You have too many goddamn stragglers that's just out here repeating information that's wrong. I can guarantee you they're going to try their best. They hoping and praying that Canelo and Crawford is over here in the States. But see, Crawford probably told them, I ain't gonna lie, Crawford probably said, hey, Turk, let's have it in Saudi. Because I don't think the fan base recovered yet from what I did over there in 2023 in July. I want to go somewhere on a clean slate, fresh. You know what I'm saying? For a fight of this magnitude. They didn't really give a damn about the Madrimov fight. They were just hoping he beat me. That didn't happen. So let's take this Canelo fight over there in Saudi in the sand. You know what I'm saying? Let's go over there. They don't deserve to have a fight of this magnitude over here in the U.S., man. All they're gonna do is fucking complain, talk about bogus ass pay-per-view numbers, talk about what the gate didn't do, talk about how empty the arena was. I'm serious. They're gonna really have to process this because they got Nello on deck. They got Nello on deck. This is gonna be the first ever Cinco de Crawford. We need to make sure all the Mexican fight fans are there. For real. We need to get all the Mexican fight fans there to witness Cinco de Crawford. It don't matter. We done heard all the names. You know what I'm saying? We done heard all the names. That does nothing for us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Tello, don't forget to cleanse. Hey, take a picture with a smile. Where's the beef? You up here talking about Mexicans run boxing. What about they're running the meat factory too, huh? Mr. Clenbuterol himself. See, I done heard Mexican fight fans say this too. Canelo, you know, I mean, hey, I'm just being honest, man. I heard them say Canelo. And I had to think to myself, why are they calling that man out his name? But he popped positive, bro. He was suspended. If we're going to give Ryan Garcia the same freaking treatment, even though Canelo was suspended for 6 months, retroactive back to when he his first fight with Triple G, he tested positive. That Tello, go tell all, Tello. Come on, Tello. Go spread the word, man. That he tested positive for clenbuterol, bro. His career is tainted. Crawford hasn't tested positive. Come on, bro. Y'all don't forget to hit the like. I appreciate you, man. And I don't need to look. They tried to correct me on speaking Espanol. They tried to correct me. Domo arigato gozaimasu. They try to goddamn correct somebody on speaking Española. No problema. Why waste your time doing that? I'm not trying to be the best speaker on here. Come on, man. I'm ad-libbing. Why waste your time putting that in the chat? Why do homework like that, trying to correct me? Yo, Vargas talking mad shit. Yeah, about Tito. What do you think about that? Man, I'm not talking about the Vargas. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with the Vargas brothers or whatever. I like the Vargas brothers, man. Yeah, man. Come on, bro. What are y'all talking about? This fight need building? This fight don't need no build up. You got two well-established names in the sport of boxing. What's the build up? See, that's the shit y'all been wrapped up in this fog. Y'all so used to every time two names come up, that's a fight that you say, man, I don't know. And then they start precipitating all these freaking numbers, showering y'all with numbers. And then y'all say, oh, man, you know what? This fight need to build up. Why? For people to get pay raises in a civilian job? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, this need to build up right here. You talking about Canelo Alvarez? One fan in the chat say, oh, he's the face of boxing. So if that's the case, why y'all up here talking about the fight need to build up? That's stupid. That's stupid. It makes no sense, bro. I didn't say it need to build up. I'm catching a stray on the screen right now. I know, I didn't say you said it, Jones. I'm talking about him. Crawford getting 50 plus million guaranteed. God damn. Boy, I know some of these goddamn Crawford haters they trying to have him get anything they want to give him, just like they was talking that fight with Spence. Like Spence said, he keep on talking, we're going to give him anything we want to give him. 70, 30, 80, 20, 90, 10. That's what they was talking about, right? We give him 95-5. 95 Canelo, 5% Crawford. Boy, you talking about 50 plus million. But they're going to be coming up here talking about, well, that's dirty money coming from Turk. And why is that? Explain to the people why it's dirty money. Because this is the way they treat their women. And they have all these fucked up customs. What does that have to do with boxing, though? I mean, real talk, what does that got to do with boxing? Man, I don't like them. Man, you know what it is, man, with them. They have a lack of respect, man. What they do to their people. What they people? Just explain one thing, what they do to their people. Man, they be decapitating, beheading, all that. Have you seen one of them? No, but you look it up online, they had the same outfit on. I mean, I'm talking about they're going to be talking about some shit that don't have nothing to do with Crawford getting 50 million. They're going to say it's dirty money. Man, I'm going to tell you like this, man. You're going to hear niggas say, if you have anything to stand on, and if you American, and you a patriot of this country, if you was in Crawford space, you wouldn't take 50 million from Turkey Al-Sheikh. For one, he don't have 50 million. From what we heard, Turkey Al-Sheikh is going broke. He don't have 50 million. That's what we heard. You know what I'm saying? They losing money already. He ain't going to be in boxing long. They're losing money already. Crawford taking 50 million. Don't nobody know where the 50 came from. It could be money laundering. It could be dirty money coming from a foreign country. You don't know where they got the money at. They could be doing business with the cartels and all this other shit. I'm telling you. That's the shit they try to put on Crawford when it came to MTK Global. They try to say, man, he was involved with some organized crime and shit, bro. You shouldn't have put that out there, IO. They're going to be in your chat, boy. They're going to be like, stop putting out false information. He don't rate no 50 million, nigga. Man, what are you talking about? He ain't fight nobody at 47. He just beat Madrimov. Man, who was Madrimov? Madrimov only had 10 wins. There you go again. Crawford ain't fought nobody. Man, Turk ain't giving him no 50 million. Stop lying. That's how they going to sound. They're going to get that whiny voice. Man, why y'all do, man, come on, man. He ain't worth no 50 million. I don't care what he done. That belt he got at 154, man, that shit ain't real, bro. That shit ain't real. Why it ain't real? Madrimov didn't beat nobody. Who did Madrimov beat? He ain't beat nobody. Who was you going for in that fight? Man, I thought Madrimov won. So real talk, I thought he won. I'm being totally honest. As a hardcore boxing fan, I thought he won. I thought he landed more effective punches. I thought he caught Crawford. Crawford looked old. His legs weren't there. He lacked mobility. He couldn't move. He wasn't agile. He was black, dark skinned. He was from Omaha, Nebraska. There's a lot of variables that affected him in that fight. So why did you cheer for Madrimov? And you say he ain't fought nobody and you don't know who he is. Man, did you see the promo that Turkey Al-Sheikh did? Oh, man, it was so wholesome. They showed Madrimov growing up in a broken, rundown, war-torn country. Him and his family struggled to stay alive. He made it out. He fought a decorated amateur. Oh, man, a beautiful backstory. That's what drew me to love Madrimov. Well, Crawford from Omaha. Fuck Omaha! God damn it, fuck it. I'm telling you, that's how they get. They get whiny. They get frustrated. They start building up foreign fighters who they don't know, but just because they hate the fighter that's on the U.S. footprint, they want to go for the damn opponent. It's crazy, bro. He said, everyone will watch this fight. Trust me. Hey, man, it's going to be people up here talking about, man, I ain't watching this, man, because he don't deserve it. Real talk. They're going to say, hey, Crawford don't deserve this fight. But we remember the time when Errol Spence was up here putting it out there that he wanted to fight Canelo at 147 at 168, yo. And people was up there having a hand in the back effect. Goddamn, just kept on putting that Canelo fight. Can you imagine Spence getting that fight? Look, I'm starting to think that Canelo potentially, because it was no reason. He did mad business with the PBC. You know what I'm saying? He did mad business with the PBC. So I truly believe that Spence would have went the distance with Canelo. Seriously. Because just think about it. Canelo has been the corporate. He's the company guy. He's been letting these fighters like Jermall Charlo go the distance, bro. Long as you give him his Groupon complimentary knockdown, you are in his good graces. If you don't allow him to knock you down per the contractual Groupon that's in your paperwork, he will go all out and try to stop you. But since everyone conformed, you had Edgar Berlanga go the distance, John Ryder, Jaime Munguia, Jermall Charlo, and Granddaddy Triple G. What up, man? What's good? The closer the fight gets to reality, the more nervous they're becoming. Just like with the Spence fight, and Bomac said that the outcome would be similar to Spence. And see, I haven't really mentioned Bomac's name, the mad scientist, the entire stream. Why? Because that's just a factor that the hardcore fans should understand. Like, you have two freaking coaches, top tier, champion, real talk, legendary coaches, bro. You're talking about Eddie Reynoso, bro. Bomac McIntyre. Not only do you have the two fighters, but you have the two coaches. Two top level champion coaches. That is where you're talking about tactical warfare. You're talking about strategy. You're talking about adjustments. You're talking about collecting data. Man, you're talking about, oh my God, the execution has to continue to evolve round for round. And you're talking about two fighters who actually listen to their corner. Unlike what we've been hearing for some apparent reason, like with the Charlos back in the day, they don't listen to shit Derrick James was talking about. You know what I'm saying? You heard Jared Anderson say, I wouldn't listen to my corner. You hear fighters say all the time, I wouldn't listen to my corner. But you never heard that shit come from, Canelo's corner or Crawford's corner. The trainers, man, the shit is going to be incredible. To the top tier in the game, bro. Shout out to you, man. Happy New Year's to you. One love, man. Appreciate you pulling up. What they going to say? Crawford going to make Canelo numbers go down? It's over. We've been beat these boys. They say they're going to make Canelo. Look, they're going to make Canelo numbers go down. But yet, who's really bragging about Canelo, Berlanga, Munguia, Male? Let's just stop there. Charlo, Munguia, Berlanga. Anybody talking about those numbers? All they doing is talking about the win. Berlanga came up a second. Out of two participants, he got second. And he threw a whole parade in the streets. He wanted to recreate the Puerto Rican biker boys, yo. That's what Berlanga did. I've never seen a fighter in the last 10 years celebrate losing a fight and throwing a huge parade and recreating the Puerto Rican biker boys. All thing we was missing was Larry Fishburne to come over there. We needed two motherfuckers to race, down a freaking dirt road, man, to make it look authentic. With the Puerto Rican flag hanging off the back of the bike. Shout out to Ali in the building. What's good? They tripping this build up because of the accolades Crawford is dropped in. Hey man, both of them have their accolades. It should be a very entertaining announcement. And look, the good thing about it, some of these guys who are true diehard YouTube central creators, they're gonna love creating false ass narratives for this fight. For real. You're going to see the hate start to drip down once again. They're going to be up all night. They don't care if they girl in there. They don't care. They don't care if they girl in there by herself. They're going to be on here, these streams into the AM talking about how Crawford's career is going to be ruined because he decided to fight Canelo. Shout out to Jay in the building. What's good, man? Omaha Monster on deck. You already know, man. You already know. Cinco de Crawford. It's no longer Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Crawford. If you're in this chat, it's Cinco de Crawford. Get it in your head. This fight is made. It's Cinco de Crawford, man. That fight would be very special, no cap. And it's truly two masters at work. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still going for Crawford, but man, come on, respect the game. Even going for Crawford, I'm looking at it like it's gonna be a tough fight. I have total faith that Crawford can go in here within a 12 round, 3 minutes per championship fight, or whatever it's gonna be, at the super middleweight, whatever the weight, the designated weight is, to go up and put on a phenomenal performance against Canelo Alvarez. I have total faith in that. I have total faith that he can pull it out and hand Canelo his new description, Mr. 3. After Cinco de Crawford finished with Saul Canelo Alvarez, his name is going to be Mr. Thrash. Mr. Thrash. Let me put that in the chat. I'm going to put that in the chat. Crawford is going to turn Canelo into Mr. Thrash. Thrash. Uno, dos, tres. It's going to be Mr. Thrash, yo. For real. And hopefully Turkey Al-Sheikh can pay the right amount of money after that win happened. I hope that Turkey Al-Sheikh can, put a little bit more in the kitty to make it Cinco de Crawford Day over here in the US. Yeah, we can change it up. Cinco de Crawford, have that as a freaking national holiday, man. Strictly for boxing fans and enthusiasts, aficionados. That's what I want to see. Cinco de Crawford, a national holiday, you know what I'm saying? Especially when he puts on his parade, you know what I'm saying? His victory parade. Maybe this time we can actually, have something that's extravagant, like out of this world, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can, let's think about it. I'm thinking about something that's out of this world. Maybe if Turkey Al-Sheikh can make it happen, we go to Area 51 and all we need is like 2 aliens, bro. I heard them motherfuckers like 200 feet tall, man. Have 2 aliens walking, down the street with Omaha shirts on, represent Omaha, the Omaha monster, man. Have 2 aliens. We talking about out of this world, outside of the US grid. We talking about space shit, moon rock. This is gonna be epic. He needs to go over there and drop a little bit of pay so we can rent about 2 aliens, goddammit. Have them fly their spaceship, over, down Omaha. It's got all these drones popping up who's gonna know the difference? I guarantee you. That's what we need. We need to do something different for that Cinco de Crawford win. This shit is gonna change boxing forever. But the good thing about it, the Mexican boxing fans is not as weak as the aerosexuals. They're gonna hang around, bro, because they have other Mexican fighters that's fighting in the sport. So they're gonna hang around. They're gonna continue to support, but they are gonna be brokenhearted. Tequila's not gonna wash the pain away. You cry today, tomorrow, and next week. Don't torture yourself, amigo. Leave the wasabi alone. Cinco de Crawford is here to stay. I'm telling you, it's a new beginning. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me, bro. I'm with it. Holiday Cinco de Crawford. Yeah, man. We on Cinco de Crawford, man. You know what I'm saying? Look what can this possible go off? Can this fight possibly happen with I think in Saudi, man, I consider it to be neutral grounds. I really want the fight to be in Saudi and not in Vegas. I do, because man, the whole arena is gonna be full of Mexican fans. They come out and rock with Nello heavy. And then you're gonna have the black fight fans with the Mexican freaking gear on. They're gonna be over there with the big ass sombreros on, with damn shirts. To my Viva la Mexico. Viva la Mexico. Bro, ain't you black? I'm Cuban. Don't disrespect me. My father was Cuban. We swim the waters. No. You black, man. I seen you on YouTube. You black. No, today I'm with my Mexican friends. I'm Cuban. I speak Spanish. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Cómo te llamo? Te llamo Tito. I'm telling you, yo. You're going to have them black haters over there supporting Canelo. I'm serious, bro. The Mexicans, they rock heavy with them. The Mexican fight fans, the strongest in the sport, bro. The numbers are undeniable. The numbers are undeniable. They'll tell you to your face. I may not like when two Mexicans go against each other, but goddamn it, I'm telling you to your face. If that Mexican fighter, even though I don't like him, he going against a black fighter, I'm going for the Mexican. Period. The end is, amigo. They're going to tell you to your face, I'm going for the Mexican fighter. But the black fighter, he has a Mexican wife. He has 3 little mijos. That's not enough for you to know, man. He's not Mexican. Just because, his wife is senora. No. I still go for the Mexican fighter. That's what they do, bro. But I'm not going to hold y'all too long. I just wanted to come over here the first day of 2025 as it's about to conclude in a couple of hours. You know what I'm saying? I want to let everybody get back to their beverages. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to continue to wash away the pain that you had in 2024. Real talk. We have a new subject at hand. The biggest fight in the sport of boxing is Terrence Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. That's the biggest fight in the sport right now as we know it. The biggest fight in the sport. If this fight is made, it is absolutely the biggest fight on deck as we know it. You're going to have to prepare yourself mentally. This is going to be way more. This is going to be a lot more different than the aftermath of the T-Mobile massacre now. Some of you all are never gonna show your face again after Cinco de Crawford officially becomes a national holiday after he defeat Canelo Alvarez and Canelo's become Mr. Threats. It's gonna happen, people. I have confidence it's gonna happen. This was meant to be. Y'all say Crawford can't get it done. All the live streams going to start bringing up he's too small. He didn't fight nobody at 147. Yeah, bring it all up. Stress yourselves out. Get that gray in there. Go ahead, stress. Be in here arguing with each other. Do 1,000 fucking debates a month. Go ahead, really get the viewership. Go ahead, man. Make sure you take your blood pressure medicine. Seriously, I want you to be dedicated to putting in all of the debates that's going to go down if this fight is announced. I want all you co-signers, you casual co-signers out there that's going to be talking about the vision where Crawford came from and how he's too small to go in here and fight Canelo and it's over for him. Canelo's going to end his career. Please do. I want you to go in here and talk about it. I want you to spend countless of hours talking about the same shit you did when he was stepping in there with Spence. But I have one favor to ask from you, if you don't mind. I just have one favor. Can you do me a favor? When these thoughts come about, I just want you to do me this one favor. Just do me this one. When you come up with these thoughts about Cinco de Crawford, I want you to do one favor for me. And you don't have to kneel. You don't have to kneel to one knee. You don't have to be in the praying position. I want you to do me this one favor, if you can, please. Go to this platform, social media platform. What's the name? Totally slipped my mind. YouTube. Yeah. I want you to go to YouTube. All right? As I call YouTube Central, the YTC. I want you to go there and I want you to type in Crawford space V and S together, no space. Space SPENCE. You don't even have to put space JR. Okay. You could just put Crawford versus Spence, full fight. It is out there. I want you to basically revisit that. Just look at that fight in its entirety. Okay? The reason why I'm putting this special request out there because I just want to remind you of all the hate, the smear campaign that went on for Crawford that couldn't stop Errol Spence thrashing. You couldn't stop or prevent the massacre. I want you to take a look at that in 2025. Refresh your memory. The brain is amazing, powerful. I want you to really get your neurological transmitters going. I want them motherfuckers to fire off. I want you to say, God damn. I want your pulse to change. I want you to really take a look at how that fight played off and all the hate that was behind it. That's all. I just want you to have a refresher. Please, por favor. Just do that for me. Just take a look at that fight. Because, since y'all are not going to come up here and apologize to Crawford for all the hate or send him his punitive damages, which is really priceless, but y'all don't have the money to finance it anyway. But I just want you to watch that fight in its entirety. And then also my last request, okay? I'm being absolutely sincere when I ask you this. Can you please take a look in the audience and see all the aerosexuals up there with their hand over eye, hand over mouth? It's kind of like see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. Just go check it out for yourself. Just look. You don't have to. You're gonna be able to determine. Some of you aerosexuals that's gonna be paying attention, you're gonna recognize another aerosexual if you see him. Just look at it. That's all I want you to do. Until next time, y'all hold it down. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game, and make sure that they go out here and look at this YouTube. Go check out this fight on YouTube, Crawford versus Spence, and look out in the audience and see how the aerosexuals in shock. Look at the blood that was shed. Look at how Jermall Charlo was on the sidelines getting beat the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? 2 unified champions defeated in one night. I'm out. Peace.